I'm Mrs. Land, formerly Miss Chachu. Welcome to my classroom and also my kitchen. A little bit about me. I've been at Stadium for 4 years now. I am the class of 2023 advisor, and I have a degree in music therapy along with my teaching degree, and I am newly married. I got engaged and married over quarantine, or while in quarantine, I should say. My husband and I have been dating for about 4 years and decided we should make this year happy. So we got married. We started a Disney blog, which is super fun. We were both obsessed with Disney. We have a 1-year-old golden doodle named Sadie. She's a 70-pound ball of fluff that is just so energetic and crazy. I absolutely love coffee. I can't go a day without it. And I quote friends in the office on a daily basis. Typically, I'm a very hands-on in-person teacher. I work really hard to provide your students with lessons designed to satisfy their IEP goals. So that being said, every assignment is assigned and graded based on your students' individual needs. That means that I accommodate your students' IEPs, their accommodations, and everything by providing specially designed instruction on a daily basis. In terms of the workload, I plan my lessons so that they don't ever take up the whole 90 minutes of class. I also plan so that anything I assign in class can be completed during those 90 minutes with time to spare. This means that students should be all caught up if they're attending on a daily basis. If they're not attending my class, they need to reach out to me to see what assignments they're missing, or you can check Schoology or Hack. But I will never reach out to students and say, hey, you're missing these things, unless they attend class and we're working on missing assignments. Also, if a student doesn't attend class, they'll have more homework for my class because they won't be completing the work that we did in class, if that makes sense. So, because of the way we are learning this year, I'm going to be focusing a little bit differently on what I assign your students. I'm going to be focusing on how to best support your students in their other classes in reading and writing instead of constantly assigning new work and new material. This means I'll do monthly reading assessments to check reading comprehension levels, bi-weekly writing assessments to see how their writing's doing, if there's anything I need to pick at or work on with them as a class, and then bi-weekly grade checks where I go into their grades on Hack and see, okay, what are they missing in other classes? How can I help them? Oh, these 2 students are missing the same 2 assignments in this class. Here, work together. What are you not understanding? Can I help you understand it? Things like that. So far this year, I have assigned a paper called the quarantine paper to establish a writing base, and I have assigned iReady to establish a reading base. And then I've also assigned an email assignment where students were to follow basic email etiquette and send me an email. I did this 3 weeks into school because I was kind of tired of seeing students email me like they were texting their best friend. Emails are formal forms of communication, or email is a formal form of communication. They need to be able to formally communicate effectively because they need this for if they go to college and they're emailing professors, in their jobs, if they have a desk job of any kind or a customer service job or anything where they have to send emails, you're going to need to learn to send an appropriate professional email because otherwise people aren't going to read your emails and that could be a problem. I also am the type of teacher that loves to assign projects over anything else. I typically assign projects and do at least 1 per month, but I leave class time reserved to work on this. So I don't assign a project and then assign other things to do during class. I assign a project and then we work on the project. I have some expectations for class. First off, my expectation is that students are participating in some way, whether that's completing the work, which everybody should be doing, but also engaging in class time conversation in some way. This can be a few different things. It can be responding in the chat, turning on either their sound or their camera to respond to me or a question, or raising their hand when I ask, okay, does everybody understand this? Raise your hand. Use the raise your hand feature if you understand this. Those are my expectations. I will never ask a student to turn on their camera because I don't want students to feel uncomfortable. And I don't know where students are doing school, so that's not my place to ask for that. So I will never ask your student to turn on their camera or require them to verbally speak to me. I will require some type of interaction, whether that's in the chat or by raising their hand to acknowledge that they are paying attention. Work completion. I want students to turn in work when it's due, like every other teacher. You have a deadline, you turn it in, right? That being said, I don't like to offer extensions often, but I am an understanding person. If you need an extension on something, or if you had something happen and you weren't able to access the material and you're going to get it done, then I most likely will give you an extension. But you have to talk to me. You can't expect that I'm going to give you one. You have to communicate to me what happened and what you're going to do to fix it. This is what I explain to my students every single time we have an assignment. I give more than enough time to complete things within class. So if a student was in class, was on with me the whole 90 minutes, and didn't finish a 20-minute writing assignment, I'm probably not going to be as understanding about them turning it in late. But it depends. They have to talk to me. So make sure your student is communicating with me and advocating for themselves about what they need. I would love to work with your student if this is something they struggle with. I try to teach my students how to self-advocate with not only me, but their other teachers as well. And if they ever need help advocating with their other teachers, I'm more than willing to help and step in and be a part of an email chain that they're going back and forth with their teacher with or whatever. I want to help my students. Office hours. I plan to do office hours asynchronously. This means that I'll be available via email or Teams if needed on Wednesdays when we have late start and office hours. I'll inform students weekly what each week is the morning of. So basically, I'll send an email and say, hey, office hours are asynchronously, so if you need anything, just shoot me an email and I'll respond right away. Or office hours will be in person. If you need something, click the link in our class section on Schoology and talk to me. If you need something, I'll be there. I'm more than willing to use my office hours as well to help students with other classwork or understand assignments from other classes, not just my own. I'm here to help your students increase their reading and writing abilities, which they're working on in all of their other classes. But typically, it's at a level higher than what they can perform well at. I also tend to be very responsive via email. So if you need anything, you as parents, or if your students need anything, please feel free to reach out to me via email. I also have a Google Voice number on my Sway site below if you scroll down. If you ever need or want to talk something out with me, just give me at least 24 hours to respond, especially if it's a weekend or after 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening. Typically, materials will be in Teams or Schoology. I also make it a habit of showing students step by step how to get their assignments before letting them go to work on it, in case for some reason in the middle of working on it, their computer craps out or the work disappears or something, they know how to get to it before I release them to do it. But if your student is needing help or you're not understanding where to find something, please reach out to me and let me know, and I will help you the best that I can. Thank you so much for watching this video and for attending open house. I'm so happy to have your student in my class, and I'm so happy that we get to have school, even if this isn't the most convenient way to be doing it. I hope that I'll get to meet all of my new students and parents that I have not met face-to-face yet soon, when it is safe and okay to do so. But until then, please stay healthy, please stay safe, and keep on looking on the bright side of things. There's a lot of negativity going on in the world right now, and the best that we can do is to be happy and positive, because things could be a lot worse. Have a wonderful day. Have a magical day. Thank you.